Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Speed Gaming 2, where we have got a game 2 in a best of 3 series here in the opening round bracket of the Zelda 1 Random Percent Tournament. CrimsonAvix on your left has a 1-game lead over HomerJSmash on your right. I am the Greenleaf Effect, and with me tonight is Norraestra. How are you doing, friend?
Doing fabulous. Another fantastic race here on Speed Gaming. Just two outstanding opponents. While the first race was not restreamed, it was fantastic to watch. Something about a bomb wall to Ganon.
Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor. Go seek out their streams. Watch the VOD from that. It was absolutely incredible. And now what we have here, though, is this is a random percent tournament. So the general summation is we don't know what we're going to see until they start playing, except for one thing. One of the things in this tournament is that if you lost the previous game, you get to select a flag that you either want on or off. In this case, the flag that was selected to be on is 0 HP enemies. At least the vanilla ones. Whether the bosses are 0 HP or not, we're not sure. But all your regular HP enemies are going to be 0 HP. So that's going to put a higher premium on boomerangs, which we all know I'm at least happy about one of those.
So you know they're both going to pick up the blue, right?
Well, you know Crim's going to do it just to spite me. And speaking of that, we do have a random start screen here. And yes, that is a Kirby sprite. Speaking of boomerangs, they're even starting with the magic boomerang. Forget even picking it up. They're starting with the magic boomerang.
But also they're starting with red ring and quite a bit of Triforce there.
Yes, that was insane. I believe it means we're missing 2 and 8.
Now the questions our runners will still be asking is, are we dealing with first quest, second quest, shapes? What kind of madness are in the dungeons? But first we have to find...
Yeah, and again, there's a 0 HP enemy, so as you can see between the two screens, that is our Lionel sprite you see there. You're going to see all kinds of crazy Kirby sprite swap happen. So we are going to be, again, looking for where our dungeons are going to be. It looks like we do have vanilla shop prices here, which is always an interesting way to make your routing, so you know what you're going to have to be looking for when it comes to prices. Another thing to take care of, to be on the lookout for in these flags, and one of my personal favorite things to look at in these flags, is the potential for recorder to unbeaten dungeons could be on. If that's the case, that lessens the value of the recorder a lot, considering we're starting with 6 of our 8 Triforce pieces.
Yes, but it does tell you where those 2 dungeons are, so life's a little easier with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting here, especially because we also know that 9 could have, its regular entry. Ganon could not be required. There's all kinds of things, that we're going to have to be keeping an eye on when we're taking a look. And we have a HUD clip here from Crim.
Kirby dancing in the HUD, and we have level 1 up in the letter cave. Not really a great spot for it, but unless we have to go find an item in there, we don't really care about it.
Well, we do care about it for one thing, is the fact that we're going to see what type of dungeons we're at here, and we're in shapes, at least for levels 1 through 6. And when I say at least for levels 1 through 6 is because those 6 dungeons are on their own grid, and then 7, 8, and 9 have their own 16 by 16 grid. So we at least know that we're guaranteed shapes for levels 1 through 6.
Well, looks like our secrets are at least rolled vanilla from what we can tell from the 100 secrets.
Level 8 is a good find here, because I believe that would be one of the dungeons we are missing a Triforce for. And from the looks of this starting location, we may have first quest 7, 8, and 9 here. And this map here that Crim found is going to be a good way for us to figure that out here in just a minute. But first, that's a Krakow, which is a dig dogger. That is a Chevy room, and we don't care about that. Of note, we do have our first quest level 8 here, but more importantly, did you happen to see that fairy found at Vanilla level 5's location?
I did.
That means we're on second quest overworld.
Yes, that does. Which means that 100 secret that Crim found is the only one we're going to see tonight.
Mm-hmm. And there is level 3's location, which is not one of the ones we need here, considering the first quest, the shapes, use the first quest Triforce numbering as opposed to the second quest Triforce numbering. Basically, in second quest, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, they're kind of reversed. It's weird, don't ask. And to answer the question in chat, no, it cannot be mixed quest overworld, because that fairy found only appears in a full second quest overworld. Mixed quest will still have level 5 cave there. Trust me, Nora and I play way too much mixed quest flags to not know that one.
Yeah, that's just one of those little minor tweaks that happens that just makes you a little crazy. Interesting, both of our runners are diving dungeons right now. Having not found 9, I feel like, yes, HomerJSmash is in a dungeon he may or may not need that Triforce for. Yeah, it's small, but I'd be looking for 9 right now.
You definitely can be understanding looking for 9. I can also understand Crim taking a look through level 8 here, as he is rewarded with the silver arrow, so we know that they're not pushed into level 9 by default. What I was going to say before that getting rewarded is the fact that Crim digging through level 8 here isn't the worst decision, because all the enemies are easy to kill and there are 2 items in here. Maybe 3 if Heart Shuffle is on.
Yeah, that early find of silvers could definitely be a huge thing if... oh, that's an interesting find.
Yeah, that is a bomb upgrade, which means we are going to be stuck on a wood sword here. That also tells us the white sword was shuffled into the pool.
Back to what I was saying, though, is Ganon may or may not be required, so Crimson having those silvers could save some time, as 8 is not a dungeon HomerJSmash is likely to dig. Already having the Triforce out of it from the handout. You know, there's other targets if you're going to look for an item first before you dig 8.
So Crim going to go ahead and scroll over to first quest level 5 and be greeted with the information that he is in fact on a second quest over. Also, the siege is coming up all kinds of things that I very much don't want to deal with. We started with the blue boomerang, and there's the blue boomerang laying on the ladder spot, so this whole thing is just... And I rolled the seed, which is the worst part.
I mean, you rolled it, that's why this happened. Crimson's going to take a poke here in level 2, see if he can get the Triforce out of here. HomerJSmash was able to find it. Wouldn't expect Crim to have too much trouble to find it this way.
Also, the gorillas as the Sir Kibbles might be my favorite thing that Crim has done with this sprite set. So continuing on, HomerJSmash, where they're doing one of my favorite tricks, is you can clip into trees the same way you can clip into blocks in dungeons, and that allows you to be able to burn that bush where Second Quest 7 usually lies, and not have to exit and re-enter the screen, which would be the quote-unquote traditional method that they want you to do. And Smash can go ahead and find level 7, which technically is the last Triforce that he needs. We do know this is going to be the vanilla layout, the demon, as it were, which really, let's be honest, in this day and age, that's just a goose.
Honk.
No. 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 Chat can honk all they want. I encourage chat to honk. I don't encourage you to honk, because we all know what happens when you honk.
What does happen when I honk?
Bad things. I mean, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, an angel loses its wings. Anyway, we don't need to get into that. That's a story for another day. What we do have is a Triforce being found on Crim's side, which is just, in fact, the Warp Star.
HomerJSmash on everybody's favorite crab leg shop.
Yeah, but the problem is we're missing the Old Bay season to really make them sing. Nora, I'm not sure if you have chat up right now, but they want bad things to happen.
I mean, it's chat. They always want bad things to happen.
They're encouraging me to make puns. Also, you might notice that lovely little thing on the B button that Crim has. That is not the boomerang. That is, in fact, the wand, which was sitting in at level 8. Level 2, not level 8.
No, Silver's run level 8. We don't know what else is in there.
Yep. So Crim's going to go ahead and finish going through level 2 here. And the reason he's doing this is because he can't be sure that Heart Shuffle is on or off yet. So he's going to go ahead and continue his way through level 2 just to confirm and see what's happening. And the other good thing about that wand is if Swordless happened to be rolled, well, that's kind of what you need to beat Ganon. Well, that and the bow.
I mean, let's just... Tub Ganon's not required, but we have to go through his room again. And there's a sword, so I don't think that's a problem.
No, and no extra candles on either, so you do have to go ahead and purchase your candle if you want it. Crim taking a look at his map, trying to figure out where everything went wrong and what he missed. The answer is, well, I don't know. Smash back in level 1, probably going to be in here doing a little bit of item hunting. And by the way, that map it can only be one thing. That map is Sophia the Third. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say Sophia the Third?
I mean, I've watched Sophia the First, but I have young kids.
Sophia the Third is the tank from Blaster Master. Smash trying to set up a Kananaki off of this Gleeok here. That's a very hard thing to do, but he does manage to get it. That was fantastic to be able to Kananaki off of a Gleeok head like that. Only really going to work if you either have sword beams from the side or if you can do it like that from the back side, because the body of the Gleeok is just there. It doesn't have any... You can walk right on it. It doesn't matter. And there is Crim's Heart Container, or in this case, the Maxim Tomato, which, you know, we all know Kirby loves his Maxim Tomato.
I mean, Kirby loves to eat anything, but
So what you're saying is I'm Kirby? Level 3. Gonna go ahead and hit ourselves here, and that's interesting. That was very interesting because we're on shapes, right?
first quests or 1 through 6 are shapes. Yes.
So if we're on shapes, why was there a dark room?
I mean, the second half is first quest. So
There you go. There you go.
you're making me think about how the randomizer works.
I am making you think about how the randomizer works. Also, that star you saw Crim pick up, that's the raft, because the warp star is going to send you places. Unfortunately for him, he already had the raft.
Did we start with the raft? No, we had Red Ring and...
No, we had Red Ring. I thought we started with the raft for some reason. Anyway, don't mind me. We have a raft now. I've watched like 4 of these today, so I'm getting them confused in my head. So we're going to see Crim do this the opposite way that we saw HomerJSmash did. HomerJSmash clipped into the bush to burn it. Crim is going to clip into the bush to get into the staircase there. So those are the 2 different ways you can go about getting into that area where Second Quest 7 usually lives. Unfortunately for Crim, takes a little bit of a miss there when it comes to trying to burn down that bush, and does find ourselves a level 5. Smash is continuing the trek through level 2. Going to be very happy to have gone through here and going to pick up the wand. And gotta love it when you get hints in the dungeon that they belong. This one is Big Dogger Gazes by a Lake, which, thank you game, we knew that already.
Yeah, Crim finding the same thing HomerJSmash did. 5 looks to be pretty well ladder blocked. If you want anything out of there, you're gonna have to find a ladder.
Crim also going to find himself a level 7, and let's see what he does with this.
Yeah, HomerJSmash didn't spend a lot of time in 7. Looked like there may have been a hard block of some type. I didn't see what it was, but maybe Crim will give us a better idea of what's going on here.
I thought the hard block was eating at Joe's.
Well, the ladder right here is definitely a sign that we're not getting anywhere.
Just a little bit.
Again, neither of our runners really prioritizing finding 9 right now, which is not necessarily wrong, just an interesting choice here.
Well, I mean, the thing here is 9, you do need all 8 pieces of the Triforce to enter 9. The randomization with the Triforces here is which ones you started with. So finding 9 is one of those things with, yes, you want to do it, but at the same time, you also want to be able to find all the other things you're looking for, because at this point, we know you need a ladder to get the Triforce out of level 7, which is the last piece you need to get into level 9.
And good news is, I do believe that there's a chance that dungeon items or key items can be in 9 with these flag sets. Ladder won't be in there, so that won't be a problem.
Ladder cannot be in there. Also, I don't know about you, Nora, but I do not want to know what that old man in that shop has in his pocket.
No, not really.
Apparently, it's 80 rupees for a key is what he has in his pocket.
Not a bad price for a key, but, you know. If you really must have a key.
Yes, when you absolutely, positively, very much must have a key. we've got Smash over in the grave picking up a heart container from the Armos item, and Crim is taking several trips on his star-powered rocket ship, going back and forth on the E-Graph spot because the monster said no. Looks like Crim is going to be making his way back over to this east coast here. Wouldn't surprise me if he's going to be heading back into level 1. Looks like he may have accidentally gone to the wrong cave because looking at the wrong map here, but now he's going to be heading back into level 1, which is going to be at least somewhat decent because we're going to get ourselves a little bit of a tutti flute. As you saw that tutti flute being put to work there, that spot in the grave that you saw Smash blow the flute on, that is the traditional spot where Second Quest Vanilla level 6 is located. Level 6 in Second Quest is the home of the ladder. Recorder definitely gets a lot more important in the Second Quest overworld because there are many, many more spots that you have to blow the flute at, not just the lake where you're going to go see here in a second.
As Kirby picks up the microphone. I know that one.
Yes, if you didn't know the microphone, there would be, we'd have to talk a little bit. And of course, one of the fan favorite flags here is step over the water, reach the power brakes. That not being a fan favorite flag. One of the fan favorite flags here is the shuffle recorder tunes option. So we're going to be going ahead and taking a listen for that here in a minute. And ooh, that's a bad place to be, but thankfully we have a red ring, so those red Wizrobe beams are only going to deal 1 heart of damage as opposed to 4. But yes, once we have a chance to listen to the recorder tune, we get to play everyone's favorite game, and that of course being Name That Tune. He's shooting it because he knows I'm on commentary.
Appropriate. He didn't have a way to burn it. But, oh, nice. Oh, did you get the ball?
What? No, he put a bomb down.
Yes, but he also shot fire out of the wand, it appeared.
No, he went to the blue candle.
Oh, he did pick up the blue candle. Okay.
Yeah. All right, we got some recorder tune happening, so let's take a listen. Alrighty, you heard it there, everybody.
Oh.
And that is a huge, huge hint for Crim. That is the white sword item. It's on Death Mountain. So at this point, the only thing Crim could need possibly after that is the ladder.
Oh, we know he needs that for 7 right now.
Yep. And this actually is good because it does have its whistle to complete dungeons. So this is going to take him to the dungeons he hasn't been to yet. So we're going to go ahead and get that corner spot there. So Crim knows, he can whistle to every dungeon but level 7. Level 5 is right next door to level 7. So at this point, the only thing we're looking for is level 9 at this point. That recorder is a huge, huge find. And it's going to allow easy travel between everything.
Oh, absolutely.
And for those of you who might not be familiar with the Second Quest Overworld, you're going to get to see a lot of it here and a lot of the new recorder spots that exist. And there is the level that we had just whistled to, which is level 4. Now, of course, one thing to keep in mind. We have seen a couple of hints, but we haven't seen all of them. One of the things that could be shuffled is we could have deceptive hints. So that bow hint, well, statistically speaking, is probably a true hint. We don't know for sure.
But we do know greed is good.
Greed is good, DiCaprio.
And Dodongo having a feast on HomerJSmash's bombs here as Crim finally finds his sword.
So does the Dodongo feasting on the bombs bring back nightmares for you, Nora?
So many nightmares.
And ooh, look at this. We have got ourselves a dungeon in the desert. Always fun when you have those. Yeah, from the looks of it, Crim is now prioritizing finding level 9. Which, you know, as you mentioned, is definitely something you want to take a look for, just so you know where it is. Although, from the looks of it, most of our dungeons have sort of congregated on the eastern side of Hyrule here, which gives us a whole lot of Hyrule to check out to try and find where exactly level 9 has decided it wanted to hide today.
Yeah, Ganon's always got to set up shop in a new location. Link comes and knocks the walls down. Yeah, you gotta move.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
HomerJSmash finding the hints here at Vanilla level 1, at least for first quest. Not having the money to buy anything though, so we still don't have a clue on the hint situation.
I'm going to guess they're there.
I mean, they're hints.
Whether they're true or not is another story. But Smash is going to go ahead and keeping to blow the whistle here. He is going to find the level here upcoming on this next screen, or not this screen, but the other desert screen, because there's 3 recorder spots in the desert.
I do like Crim going up to Death Mountain here. You got the hint that says Bo's probably up here. You're looking for level 9. Yeah, you luck out. You knock 2 birds out with 1 stone. Worst case, you find the not correct item, and you move on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no harm in coming up here because, like you said, worst case scenario, you end up with your bow. Well, worst case scenario is you end up with nothing because the bow ends up being power bracelet blocked, and then according to the hint, we got the power bracelet is ladder blocked. That's the actual worst case scenario.
Oh, you know we're all rooting for that.
Yeah, we are. Because Schadenfreude. And turns out that hint was correct, so it's looking like the hints we found have been correct and are going to be correct throughout the game, so that is good. Crim now powering up with these silver arrows. We are a ladder away from being in I can't say Triforce in Go mode because we already have most of the Triforces. We're a ladder away from being fully equipped to take on a Ganon.
I mean, they do still have to get the Triforce out of 7. So, yeah,
Right,
you still got to grab that.
Which is kind of, needs a ladder.
So if you're Crim, where do you go next at this point?
Well, where do I go if I'm Crim? I finish up Death Mountain, and then I loop myself down to the grave and then into the Dead Woods. That's what I do.
So at this point, you still prioritize finding 9 versus starting your hunt for the ladder.
Well, here's the thing: is we have the recorder, So we know that the recorder. Oh, we have a triple segmented 3. We didn't see that with Crim because he was in out in a minute once he got the raft there. But no, I still prioritize fighting 9 here because we've got the recorder. We can get to any dungeon we need to get to. 7 is right next to 5, so it's not like we need to worry about that. We know we're not entirely sure where the ladder is, but we know it's not in any of our early dungeons. We've got the item out of 1, items out of 1, item out of 2, item out of 3. We know it can't be in 7. We know it's not in 8. So the ladder is either in 4, 5, or 6. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to sit there and have to dive through 4, 5, or 6 right now without, knowing all the information that I have right now, because you know that has to be there. So I mean, that's just me personally, and knowing that you also are going to have to deal with a Shapes 6, that's a huge dungeon traditionally when it comes to being in Shapes. So it's definitely something to keep your eye out for. I agree, find 9, know what you're going to have to do, and here is 9. So Crim now has every piece to the puzzle. Now, you're right here, you go into 4, he doesn't know it's 4, but you go into this dungeon here, which is 4, and then you start your search for the ladder. You find the ladder in here, great. Go back to 7, you get your Triforce, and you're piecing out. So this is the issue that Smash ran into here in level 4, that Crim has a little bit of an advantage on. Smash came in here with no keys. He's got a bunch of them now, but didn't when he first came in. So yeah, and that's the thing about this is at this point you're on an item hunt. You're fairly certain that Heart Shuffle isn't turned on. There's the raft in 3 that Smash is going to get, which we know he needs now to find level 9. If you're Crim, unless you're looking for keys, which he definitely is, you really don't have to kill any room that doesn't have a potential staircase in it. Like he's avoiding this Todongo room right now, because it's not going to get him what he needs.
Right. So it definitely turns your hunt into a lot less rooms right away.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a good room kill there, because the enemies are going to be pretty easy to kill considering they have 0 HP. So you get a quick room kill like that, you're rewarded with a key, you're rewarded with another key here. This is good. Killing these easy rooms. The Dongos with fireballs, not going to be an easy room to kill. No need to. This is a room you have to kill because, shutter doors. So that, unfortunately, was not a key, it was a park container.
HomerJSmash finding a big dogger here at 8. We'll see if he does discover the silvers in here or not, as we don't know if they're needed or not, but that could be an important road.
Yeah, absolutely. And the big thing is Crim got the bow hint. Crim knew it was the white sword inside him. So that's the advantage that Crim has. He's also hoping to find a map here right now because you never want to be blindly navigating Shapes. You do it because you have to, but you never want to be. But no, the silvers in 8 are going to be huge because one of the things is, even though we got the red ring as part of our starting kit, it still could have had the forced red ring and silvers to 9 flag on. So getting this, you're happy. You're happy to take care of that.
But you're less happy to see that ladder block in 4.
Yes and no. Because if you end up finding yourself hard ladder blocked in a dungeon and you haven't found the item yet, you know that that's not the dungeon with the item you need, because this is a hunt for the ladder right now. So finding a ladder block is not the biggest deal. What Crim needs to find right now is a map, like that.
That is, that's the microphone we just picked up earlier.
Definitely is a microphone. So yeah, Crim now knows to bomb left here, to take a look. Unfortunately, not going to be the item he's looking for here. But again, in this situation, with the map, he's going to be able to know if he's hard ladder blocked. And if he's hard ladder blocked out of this dungeon, he knows he doesn't have to come back to it. So even yes, you're going to waste your 4 or 5 minutes exploring this, but you're going to have the knowledge that you know it didn't have what you needed. Smash, on the other hand, over in level 8, finding the bomb upgrade, not the silver arrows, not the blue item he wants to find there. Of course, he doesn't know he's going to find the silver arrows, but you get where I'm going with this.
No doubt. We were worried about level 6 being huge. This level 4 is monster.
I mean, it only feels monstrous. It's not that big. I mean, it's only 22 rooms if we're going in that direction. So it feels big because of how like long and spread out it is. But it's all in all not huge. So we are at least hard ladder blocked from one room here in level 4. If we can bomb to the right here, we're going to be good to continue, which we can. So we're not completely ladder blocked out of 4. But in the next 3 rooms, we'll know. We'll have the information we're looking for. Or we'll know right now.
Wow.
Not sure why Crimson 3, he's already got everything out of 3. Maybe he mismarked something?
Have we had any real hard confirmation that Heart Shuffle isn't on?
No, but all signs point to it. So at this point, we're either looking at 5 or 6. If I'm Crim, I go to 5 first, and there's 2 reasons I go to 5 first. First reason being, it's probably smaller than 6. Second reason is if I find the ladder, it's literally 2 screens from level 7. So I absolutely, oh god, I love the wheelie ropes there.
Wheelies are awesome.
We might be in a case where we're going to level 6. It looks like we may be hard blocked here in 5. So it looks like our ladder is in 6, unless there's walk-through walls that we're missing or second quest stairs that we're missing. Ladder's 6.
And I can't think of anyone happy to dig through 6, except for the fact that they don't have to dig through 7.
Right. I mean, that's really the only saving grace. And the interesting thing is going to be here is if, 6 doesn't have the ladder, what did we miss? Well, that's good. Early map in 6 is fantastic. That's not as messy a 6 map as I've seen. And that's actually a decent little 6 map. I say little 6 map here because it's nice, it's compact. And that's what you want to see from a 6. The most terrifying 6s you can see are the ones that are big, large, spread out over a lot of rooms. Another good thing here is Crim finds the transport staircase. So now he knows the next staircase he finds is going to have his item. Also, over on our right-hand side, we do have Smash over in level 4. He, unfortunately, is going to discover that this is ladder blocked. Also, I know you and I love killing bunnies or Cole's voice with the sword, and this is going to be Crim's item here. Isn't it great to have them on 0 HP when you smack them with anything and they just die?
Oh, yes.
And there is the ladder as foretold, so that's going to put Crim into go mode here. Gonna up A right out of here. Have to leave the screen he's on before he can whistle to 5, although at this point he can just walk down to 7 because it's nice and close to where he is, or he can do that too. So yeah, Crim is going to be in go mode here. Not anything in his way that could potentially hold him up. He's got the recorder for Dig Dogger. He whistled to 4, thinking he had all the Triforce pieces. He doesn't.
Well, this will be a short trip.
Yep. Must have looked at it and thought he had 8 as opposed to 7. It happens. We've all done it. But there's your whoops. So now I'm going to whistle back to 5 and go ahead and get the Triforce out of 7. Yep, exactly over there in chat. Nope, 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 nope.
Well, we do have First Quest 7 here, so lots of rooms, lots of fun.
Yeah. Lots of rooms, and what we do know here is the Triforce can never be in a dark room. So if you go to a room and it's dark, you know it's not the room you're looking for. Like this one, for example. Not going to be what we're looking for here.
But that helps. Even in First Quest, you know the shape, but still being able to kind of mark where you are visually is very.
Yeah, like if there's one map, like I know the shape. We all know the shape of First Quest 7. We've all seen it. If there's one map I want in vanilla dungeon shapes, it's First Quest vanilla shapes. I want 7. I want all the maps in Second Quest because that's a huge early Triforce find for Crim. So we're gonna have a level 9 entry here at approximately 40 minutes, give or take. So now it becomes not just the normal question that we have here of a door and a roar. We don't even know if Ganon's going to be required. So the compass has increased value here if room shuffle isn't on. So in this scenario where you're in a random percent tournament and you don't know everything that's going on, you want to try to explore south to north as much as you can, because Zelda's room may not be shuffled, so she still may be in her room, which means she's only going to be accessible from the south going up into the room. So that's something you want to keep in mind. So Cream going to go ahead and kill all of these rooms just to check, because if that was a shutter door that didn't open, he would know that Ganon was in fact required. And he is in fact doing the south to north right now, and there's a couple of things that the south to north exploration does. It allows you to hear in a sort of 3-column area if you can hear Ganon. Also, that's the big thing, is it covers all that, but it also does the thing I was talking about earlier with the oops, surprise Zelda. Or Ganon's room, for example.
I mean, it's just hanging out there, and there's Zelda's room. That's not the princess.
No, but it is funny that Zelda's room was right above Ganon's room. The ultimate troll there was real. So that's actually good news when it comes to exploring things for Crim, because now he knows if he has to choose a direction that isn't south-north exploration, he can do it, because he's already seen Zelda's room. He knows she isn't in there. Digdogger does in fact gaze by a lake over on Homer's side, because, if we're going to have hints about dungeons, they're going to be in their own dungeon.
And there's a huge hit for Crim northeast of Skull.
Yes. So if I'm him, I now have that hint. I'm doing everything I can to make my way over to the northeast, and up-aing is a great way to do it. I'm going to check everything in that northeast, get everywhere I can, because if Ganon isn't required, you now have the last piece of the puzzle. You know the 4x4 section she's in. You know this is the vanilla level 9 shape. It's the skull, so you know what you have to deal with. You know the shape you're looking for. This is 100% the right play here. So Crim hoping he can find some thin walls here in level 9. That is going to be a thing. Ooh, we've got a shutter door over there to our left. It does not open. Ganon, in fact, is going to be required here.
Oh, that is very interesting, and also somewhat unfortunate for HomerJSmash, as he hasn't found the bow hint.
No, he has not. Good thing for HomerJSmash is he's in level 6, which is going to grant him his ladder. But now that you know where Zelda is and the fact that Ganon is required, it changes the way you go about looking around this level 9. Because you no longer have to worry about killing any rooms. You're literally going to go through and you are listening for the roar of Ganon. And the only time you're going to kill a room is if it blocks your progress. There's no reason to kill rooms otherwise. You may kill, with 0 HP enemies, you may kill things if they're in your way, but you're not going to go out of your way to kill a room because you have all of this information now. You know what you need to find.
Well, there may be one thing Crim does need, though. He's down to 2 keys.
He is down to 2 keys.
So he may start clearing rooms just on the off chance that they drop a key.
I mean, not a wrong assumption now. But that's the thing you have to be careful of in a situation like this, is be leery of your key counts. But that is a huge hint. Beast awaits in southwest of Skull. Now he knows, again, where to look. So there are 4 hints you can get in level 9. Silver's Princess, Silver's Kidnapped, Beast, and Compass. The fact that this one gave us the hints we were looking for, Beast and Kidnapped, that is huge. Everything coming up Crim here in the hints department.
We also did see the Silver's hint, but Crim already knew where those were, and so does HomerJSmash, so that will not point him in the right direction.
No, HomerJSmash is going to go ahead and pick up his ladder here, which again is huge. Interesting thing is, you're 45 minutes into a seed like this, and there's the red ring that we already have. Crim does now not have any keys, so he's going to change his routing a little bit, because he's going to have to rely on open doors and bomb walls. With that ladder for Smash, it's going to allow him to 1, explore 5, 2, explore 7. If he goes and gets the Triforce out of 7, is this a gamble that you take where you go into 9 and hope that Ganon isn't required? Do you play that 50-50 gamble?
I think it depends on how much of a gambler you are. It also depends on how far behind you feel.
Also, that key in that room is huge.
Yes, it is.
I think Crim might be forgetting he's in vanilla level 9. Because he's bombing around like he's in shapes.
And it's definitely got that feel of, yeah, you get in the 9, you're 46 minutes, anything can happen in this flag set, and you just start to kind of panic.
Yeah, absolutely here. And it's not a thing of panicking per se. It's a thing of, you have all this information. You always assume that the person you're playing is going to have that same information that you have. So if I'm Crim, I'm assuming that Smash has the same information I have. So yeah, I am going to panic a little. I am going to be pressing a little bit. And I might not be focusing on all of the little details that I need to focus on. At the same time here, speaking of little details, how about the little detail of 1 key, 1 bomb? So that's going to be interesting to see what happens. Well, there's the bomb thing taken care of, but now we're in the southwest part of the skull. So now it's just a matter of listening for Ganon and trying to find him. One thing to note here is that you see our runners here doing these ladder clips. A ladder clip, no matter what flags you have on, whether they're crazy flags or they're not crazy flags, you will never be required to clip to beat the game. So there will be a path to Ganon that doesn't require clipping.
It's not saying that the path of clipping isn't faster, it's just not required.
Oh yeah. Like, not required doesn't mean, it can still be a slower path. Not required just means there's a path that doesn't need it. And there is the pig. Or, in this case, King DDD. And, wow, 0 HP DDD. Wow.
That's just a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Now all Crim has to do is follow his path north up to get the girl, or to rescue Zelda as Kirby and get the fun little message, and that's going to be it. Smash over in level 5 acquired himself a book.
Book was in 7. HomerJSmash is looking for the Triforce in here.
Oh, it wasn't 7? I thought it was in 5. My bad.
I believe he's one room away from the Triforce, if I remember correctly.
He is one room away from the Triforce. Well, he has to go up. He's not. He's in too. He's in too far in the chip.
We have a door open.
We've got a princess. And that is going to do it. So with an official SRL time of 48 minutes and 58 seconds, CrimsonAvix is going to take this best of 3 series 2-0 and move on to the next round. And I don't know how the results of the next round are going, but there is a potential daunting matchup waiting for Crim in the next round of the bracket. But we're going to see if we can get Crim in here for an interview to talk about this seed. Well, Smash has gone ahead and found the Triforce out of level 7, so that gives him level 9 access. Still need the bow, unfortunately.
And it's one of those things you can't even metagame off of that, as at this time frame, it's a little hard to see. Was bow required? Do I go to 9 here? It's tough to see.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the Crim is going to face the winner of the Duke Firebird Lack Attack match. And for those who might not know, not to take anything away from Duke Firebird, who's a fantastic runner, Lack Attack is quite possibly the name most associated with vanilla Zelda 1 speedrunning. He doesn't usually pick up the randomizer, so it was fun to see him enter into the random percent tournament. Always fun to see him in a tournament. But that's one of those things where you see that name across from you, and you're just like, well, I have to play at my best. So yeah, now the hunt is on for Smash. It does look like he is in fact. He still has to look for level 9 here, so that's the one good thing he has going for him is he hasn't found level 9. And if he's up here in Death Mountain, he's gonna come across the bow he needs. That's the one good thing to not having found it. And with that, we are joined here in the booth by CrimsonAvix. GG, sir. Eventually we'll be joined by CrimsonAvix. Meanwhile, Smash going to go ahead and ignore the heart container and the potion there in that Take Any Cave, saying, I got red ring, I got 10 hearts. I know I'm not getting the sword, so we good?
Better be good.
Okay, you might hear an echo if you guys try to talk over me, because I can't get my headphones working. But hi.
Alright, so first things first, compared to the first race you two had, where you had to bomb through Ganon's room, how did it feel in this race, for you specifically anyway, to have the first item you find be the silver arrows?
I kind of figured I wouldn't need them in this seed.
We did too.
But yeah, I mean, finding silvers is always good. I have a gut feeling, just by the way the seed played out, that getting the hint about the bow was pretty much my boon for this.
You are 100% correct, because Smash never found it. He's about to find the bow up on Death Mountain right now as we're talking, but yet never got that hint. That was your big thing. So, in a tournament like this, you never know what you're going to end up starting with. When you start the game and you hit pause, and you discover that not only do you, knowing you have a 0 HP enemy flag set, seeing not only that you have a boomerang to start with, but seeing that you have 6 of the 8 Triforces, how does that affect the way you route how you're going through a seed like this?
Well, I mean, in the early parts, it doesn't really change my routing anyway, because I still have to find level 9, and there's a few items that I sort of want to hunt out, as well as try to gather some keys. So it's a lot of resource gathering at the beginning, as well as knowledge. And this seed just dropped every single dungeon on the right side of the map, which was really convenient. And then once I found Recorder and could easily Recorder to 4 and 6 to find out their locations, that was great. And then I just happened to stumble across 9 there, right near level 4, which was perfect, because then it was pretty much just a Triforce and Go mode, which I entered prematurely because I never even checked if I could enter 9 before 8 Triforces, so...
Oh, it's going to be 8 Triforces no matter what.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't know that either.
Well then. Either way, I mean, the hunting for items in dungeons was really efficient this seed. The fact that as soon as I got into 5 and saw that it was ladder block, or 4, I went into 4 and found out it was ladder blocked, or 5 and found out it was ladder blocked, or something. I don't remember exactly, but the fact that I could, about 40 minutes in, discern that ladder had to be in 6, it is pretty nice.
Yeah, real quick, just need to mention that over in the IRC, I got a ping, and all it said was 4TGE, and as we just saw on Homer's screen, that was what he was referring to. Already having the blue boomerang takes a second to stop and pick up a second copy on the coast.
Can you blame him?
No.
I mean, if I would have had the ladder, I totally would have picked it up too. I just burned the other one.
Yeah, oh, you one blasted it, you exploded it, and you burned it. Which was hilarious because nor did you had the candle at that point, so he thought you had the book and was shooting fire out of the wand.
I mean, at least I only sold one bad item this seed.
Book was in 7.
I had no reason to hunt for that.
Nope.
Although I was afraid when I ran out of keys in 9.
That was going to be my next question, is how did you feel when that happened?
Well, I was okay until I was running out of staircases to take 2. But then I found the one to the right and sort of was able to work my way down. Having the helpful hint there definitely worked in my favor, and then, finally find Ganon after a bunch of ladder clips and tea rooms, and surprise, 1 hit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. That was the big thing, is you found all of the hints when you needed to in the seed. The bow hint was huge. And at the time you found the bow hint, did you have an inkling if deceptive hints may or may not have been on there, or were you just going with, yep, I'm going to go with this as helpful hints until I'm told otherwise?
Okay. So at that point, I saw 2 hints before that. I saw 2's hint in 2, and 5's hint in 5. And I said, given what that information is, it's too much not to assume that it's true. I'd rather assume it's true and go up and hunt Death Mountain and it not be true than to ignore it and then find out that Bo was up there.
There. That's about where I would be at too there. We do have Smash entering into level 9 with a much better key situation than you did, Crim. There's an 8 spot up there.
Yeah, that should be enough.
If not, I'm sure he'll find the any key in here.
Oh, we know the red ring's in here. Crim found that.
I almost picked it up, but I doubt that would have given me, 16 damage, or 1/16 damage or anything, so it wasn't worth the walk.
No, probably not. Would be funny if that worked out that way, but... So, now the looking forward to next round of the brackets for you. You get the winner of Duke Firebird and Lack Attack. Any thoughts on that?
Well, Duke I've done some randomizers with before. It's been a while though, so that would be rather interesting. Lack is Lack. So, I mean, honestly, knowing Lack the way I do, I know he'll sell it as, you know, yes, he's great at, you know, vanilla Z1, but I've done a lot more randomizer, and that should even the whole thing out. But the dude's knowledge is just insane. I think since my son's at home doing homeschool, the next week I'm going to be counting with him in his math class so I can practice my counts.
Yes, but the problem is when it comes to homeschool, you're supposed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not 1, 2, darn it, 1, darn it, 1, darn it.
Right, so I'm going to have to be more careful and be able to count to 10.
Well, if that turns out to be the difference in a match, then that's going to be amazing. Smash is actually over here in the section level 9 right now, where we did run into Ganon. It's going to take a couple of T-Room clips, but, you know, no big deal. Although, with the fact that both of you have done this sort of T-Room clip, I'm interested to see what the non-clipping path to Ganon is in the sea, because it looks ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
There had to have been another staircase that was south there. Either that or you could bomb in to Ganon from the right or something like that. I don't know. I don't even see what Ganon's from looks like. I was in there and out of there so quickly, it was...
Yeah. It was hi DDD, bye DDD. So, Nora, any other questions that you have?
No, you did good with the questions this time.
Yeah, and I didn't even ask any troll questions.
Okay, so my question for you, specifically you, TGE, do I pull out the no nano sprite?
Oh. I mean, I do love the no nano sprite. The problem with it is, now that everyone knows it exists, it loses a lot of the luster, because, let's be honest, the initial you breaking that out was incredible because none of us knew what you were doing. And the initial impact of, oh my gosh, was amazing. Although apparently chat wants the banana. Or chat wants banana, I should say.
I mean,
I'll
everyone wants
I'll have to
banana.
see if I still have that one. I'll have to look around. But let's face it, Tej, no one knows what I'm doing.
Do you even know what you're doing?
No one. Absolutely no one.
Okay, fair enough. So, what you're saying is I should be prepared for anything and everything, and expect nothing.
No, if I find Bananan, my pile names are going to be It's Peanut Butter Jelly Time.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah. We'll see if I can find it. Otherwise, I'll try to work on something.
I mean, something is good. Something is better than nothing, right?
I suppose so. But anyway, I'm gonna duck on out of here so you guys can finish watching HomerJSmash finish up, and I'm sure I'll see everyone
Also,
somewhere.
That gel got stuck on the half tile. Did you see that, Nora?
I did.
Also, fantastic set of 2 rooms here for Smash. Finds out that Zelda is there, Ganon is required, and the hint telling him where Ganon is. That was a fantastic subset of 2 rooms.
Though he's going to be a whole lot less happier to find Ganon's location when he gets back over there.
But I mean, it's one of those things where you don't know, so you want to explore as much as possible. Anyway, so again, congratulations on the win here. Good luck in the next round, Crim, and we hope to see more from you here. And whatever crazy concoction you come up with.
All right, take care.
Later. So there you have it. That was CrimsonAvix going to go ahead and take the 2-0 victory here in this first round bracket matchup in the Random Percent tournament. We're going to continue on here with Smash because we are almost done here, and this might be the non-clipping path. Oh no, it's still the clipping path. It's still the clipping path. What am I talking about? Nora, do you know what I'm talking about?
No one does.
Okay, I'm glad we figured that out. I'm very much glad we figured that out. But here's Ganon. Say hi, Ganon.
Bye, Ganon.
And there's Ganon. Say bye, Ganon. Getting a little machine gun action on the silver arrows there. And from here, it's just a short, easy walk back to Zelda. Smash gonna go ahead and realize, wait, I know where she is. I can I can do this. We're fine. We're good. It is all fine and dandy. No, I'm not singing the rest of that song, so nobody asked me to.
No one wanted you to sing the rest of that song anyway.
Do you even know what song I was referencing?
Nope.
Okay. I'll give you a hint. It's by Dolly Parton. I can't actually name the movie it's from because the name isn't appropriate. But
Get the door open.
We do. We do have some grayscale. We have got a cloud of dust and a girl, and that is going to be it. HomerJSmash going to go ahead and finish this race with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 23 seconds. And no, chat, it was not 9 to 5. That was not the song I was referencing. For those wondering, the song in question was actually Hard Candy Christmas. Go look up the movie it's from.
No, good.
I mean, why are you good?
With that, we'll see if we can get HomerJSmash in here to talk real quick.
And while we're looking at that, we do have a whole bunch of races coming up here tomorrow. Starting off at, let me see, it's 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got Game 1 of Sausage Link and TA909. Following that, but at 6 p.m., we've got Game 2 of Sea Falcon and XOAS 19. Then at 7:30, we've got the aforementioned Lack Attack Duke Firebird Game 2. And at 9 p.m., we've got Game 1 of Liquid Husband and Cantaloupe Me. 9:30, we've got Game 1 of Almighty Bobino and King Doll. Then at 10 o'clock, we've got a double header. Game 1 of Chess Jerk and Draskia, and then Game 2 of Eat My Steel and Russian Bishop. Then at 10:30, we've got Game 2 of another double header. We get Game 2 of Liquid Husband and Cantaloupe Me. So we've got a huge slate of matches tomorrow. 4 of those are going to be on SpeedGaming. It's going to be the Sea Falcon XOAS, Lack Attack Duke Firebird, and the Cantaloupe Me Liquid Husband doubleheader. The other 4 are more than likely going to be on the Random Mania family of networks. That would be Sausage Link TA909, Bobino King Doll, Chess Jerk Draskia, and Eat My Steel and Russian Bishop.
Well, that is quite a plethora of races there.
Yeah, absolutely. That is going to be an absolute fantastic slate of races. The amount of talent in those races is going to be absolutely something. And with the amount of talent you see in those races, this type of flag set is very interesting because you have people with an immense knowledge of the game having to adapt to some crazy curveballs the game could show you. That is going to be something worth watching. So you're not going to be able to watch all of them in one sitting unless you have like 13 monitors. And if you have 13 monitors, good for you. I'm proud of you, and please send me one because I need one. But definitely go out of your way. Take the time. Feast your eyes on it because it's going to be something worth taking a look at by far.
No. It doesn't sound like we're going to get HomerJSmash in here. He is not eliminated from the tournament, though. We do have a second tier bracket here for anyone who's eliminated the first time. So he will continue on. We'll find out his opponent a little bit later.
Yeah, so, I mean, are we still calling it the bonus bracket?
I don't know what we're calling it anymore.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, so I believe that means we all good here, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So with that, on behalf of the crew here at SpeedGaming, more importantly, and we didn't do this nearly enough during the broadcast, and that's on us, but all of those lovely numbers and lights you see in the center that lets you know where everything is and who has everything, those buttons are being pushed by Fry Teeth, and that makes our job a lot easier so we can see where everything is. So we sound good because our trackers behind the scenes make us sound good. So show some love to Fry Teeth. Please hit that follow button, not only for our runners, CrimsonAvix and HomerJSmash, but also for Fry Teeth as well. Please, please, please do that. So again, big thank you to our SpeedGaming crew here behind the scenes. Big thank you to Fry Teeth. Big thank you to our runners. So on behalf of my broadcast partner, Norwestra, I am TGE, reminding everybody to, of course, as always, keep hailing.